Just imagine you walk into a room and before you even say a word, people notice you. Is it something about you that people is attracted to, that people is gravitated to? What is it? It's aura. Most people never experience this because they unknowingly kind of push people away with their energy, their presence, or just their mood, right? And the worst part, it's affecting them in a bad way. Now, the first time I came upon the term aura, or as I say, aura farming, was when I was on TikTok. I know, hey, don't judge me, but I was on TikTok scrolling down, and I seen this video of this old, he's not really old, but he's a young guy named King Vader, famous guy. He did something along the lines of aura farming, and I bought this concept in my mind as to how can I, as an introvert, show others how they can also have aura. Because I know aura itself is a popular topic in general. People sometimes call it attraction. That magnetic attraction is also known as that, but the nowadays word they use is aura. But once you understand the 4 key elements of how to develop a magnetic aura, everything changes. The way people perceive you, the opportunities you attract, even your social confidence, it will all shift. And now let's break down how to do that. Here's the first sign of someone with magnetic aura. They naturally get attention. They don't try to hold it. Now imagine you're in a room at a meeting, a party, a birthday party at school, something along those lines, and that one person who just kind of sit there. They don't do much. Their hand gestures are slow, but yet some way, somehow people still kind of gravitate towards them. If you're still in school, think of that as like the nonchalant, cool guys, the people who can kind of vibe with every social group. Those are the type of people who has aura, who can naturally attract people to them. But that's because aura isn't all about your attitude. It's not about how fast or how long you can speak. It's just about control. How much you can control the amount of magnetic attraction you put out into the world. When someone has true presence, everything slows down. Their breathing, their hand gestures, their rate of speech, and even their responses. This creates a natural sort of gravitational pull where people instinctively pay attention to them. Because in a world where everyone is rushed, anxious, and over-explaining things, people with true patience, people who's completely in control of their energy, are just different overall. And once you understand this, you will realize that magnetic people do not force attraction. They simply create a space for people to feel them before they even speak to others. And that can be you. Now, let's get to the next one. So, here's the part where people mess up. They assume attraction is in what they say, but in reality, it's not. It's essentially how you make others feel. Imagine those people who you know, maybe your friends, coworkers, mothers, fathers, whoever. When they speak to you, you're just happy. It's a good day. They brighten the mood, they brighten the day, everyone's just laughing and talking. Now imagine the school principal or the detention teacher if you're in school. Imagine them. As soon as you speak to them, you feel kind of tense. You don't feel happy or bright maybe. You feel like something's going to happen to you, or you feel nervous. That's energy. And the crazy part about all of this is that people don't remember the words you say. They remember how you make them feel. Which is why it's important to control the energy that you put out into the world. The most powerful people know that as long as you try to keep a positive energy, as long as you try to keep a fine-tuned, I'm going to use the word fine-tune, as long as you keep a fine-tuned energy, then you will be good. you attract people towards you who likes you. But the overall goal is to ensure that you try to brighten up everyone's day if you need to. Or if you're in a leadership position, to get your point across and to get the mission done. That's the overall goal. So, did you know that everyone has an energy frequency? What do I mean? Some give off warmth and confidence, and some give off anger and tension. And the secret about all that, people mirror the energy they receive. So let's say that you're talking to Billy May, and you're very mad about something. Because of that, because you're mad, she's gonna feel kind of tense about that because your energy don't make her feel safe. It doesn't make her feel happy. That's also why nowadays people are kind of pushing the mindset of masculinity now, because some people say it's going away because, like the old saying goes, hard times create weak men, as your hard times create strong men create good times create weak men, and weak men create hard times, and then the system reverse. That's why it's important for you to build up that aura, that positive energy, that masculinity now as a man, so that essentially the energy you put back in the world will in turn make the world better because you're better. You're sort of resetting the world back to its natural state. Now let's get into the next one. Now, presence and energy are huge, but if you don't master eye contact, your aura will disappear just like that. Most people underestimate how powerful eye contact can be. Have you ever been in a conversation where you're speaking to someone and they were looking at you right in your eyes and it felt like they could see inside your mind? Or the opposite, where you were speaking to someone and they kept looking away every single time, and it made you feel kind of uneasy or uncertain or not as confident as you could be in what they were trying to tell you. That's because eye contact triggers deep psychological responses in the brain. In fact, studies show that a strong, controlled eye contact creates a feeling of trust, confidence, even attraction without even saying a word. That's why high-status individuals, when they speak to someone or they speak in a meeting, they make eye contact with every single person, or try to at least, so to ensure that everyone gets their point and they feel their energy. And they also ensure that eye contact is steady, controlled, and deliberate, because they understand that the way they look will dictate how people feel around them. Now for you, don't be weird when it comes to eye contact. Look them in the eye, but don't just stare. For me personally, the art of socializing is a skill to learn. I look in between the eyes right here. You can look them directly in the eyes, your choice if you're trying to get the information. But usually when I speak to people, I look at them right here so it doesn't seem as weird. And I deliberately look away whenever I thinking about something, so it doesn't look weird when I'm looking at them in the eye as I'm thinking about what I'm going to say next. Just don't overdo it. But once you realize how much your aura is shaped by something as small as eye contact, or how long you hold it, that's when you realize that everything changes. And here's where most people ruin their presence without realizing it. They rush their words, they over-explain themselves. When they're speaking to others, they use and ah. For example, I'm not sure at the moment, boss. Can you let me know? Or I'll let you know when I'm ready. What do you think we should be doing tomorrow or today? That's what people who's not confident does. Maybe it was you. I'm talking to you. Maybe that's you. You know what you're talking about. You just don't know how to actually do it. How to make your words hold more weight whenever you speak. And doing that makes you look uncertain and Powerful people understand that pausing before you speak make their words hold more weight. And you can too. They understand that in order to make your point get across, what you need to do is make sure to pause before you speak. And that will, in a way, cause people to kind of lean in and hang on to a word that you say. Just take a second to think of all the great speakers you know. For me, the people who come to my mind as great speakers are Jordan Peterson and Tony Robbins. The top 1%, as far as I'm aware. They take a second when they don't know what they're going to say next. They take a second to collect their thoughts, and then they speak deliberately. That's because whenever you start doing this, slow down your speech, breathe, take a second, and just think. Just take a second, think. Because a second to you may seem like 5 minutes, but to everyone else, it seems like a second. Take a second, think what you're going to say, and then just say it. That's the reason why powerful people, as in CEOs, military leaders, politicians, use the power of silence in the speech. It can be helpful for you if you want to command attention effortlessly. By now, you see that a magnetic aura isn't something that you're born with. It's something you have to create, a skill you have to learn. By mastering these 4 things: presence, learning how to hold attention without forcing it; energy, controlling the vibe you project so people are drawn to you; eye contact, using silent dominance to establish respect and attraction; and speech control, slowing down and speaking with power. And if you want to learn a step-by-step full breakdown of how to do all this in your daily life, click the link in the description. I created a course for introverts like me and you to be better and give videos, advice to help you become better in your professional and your personal life. So if you're serious about building an undeniable presence, want to make people instantly drawn to you, just click the link in the description. And if you like this video, hit a like, drop a comment so more people can get to it and they can push me up higher in the algorithm. And I'll see you in the next video.